Have you ever wondered why some people are born with traits so rare that even doctors and medical experts spend years searching for an explanation? Around the world, there are extraordinary Black individuals with unique appearances, unusual genetic conditions, and deeply inspiring life stories. They not only amaze millions of people with what makes them different, but also inspire others through the way they face hardship, curious stares, and social prejudice. From extremely rare physical traits to astonishing medical mysteries, today's video will introduce you to 12 extraordinary Black individuals whose stories may leave you completely speechless. Each person carries a unique journey shaped by courage, perseverance, and the determination to live a meaningful life. Before we begin, hit the like button to support the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next remarkable stories. And now, let us meet the first person on our list. LaRae Perkins, a 39-year-old woman from Las Vegas, has gone through a long journey to rebuild her confidence by embracing the physical trait that once made her feel different. Beginning at the age of 12, she developed thick facial hair, something highly unusual for a young girl. After years of embarrassment and the exhausting routine of shaving, she finally received an official diagnosis of hirsutism in her mid-20s, a condition that causes women to grow coarse, dark hair in areas where it is not typically found. Understanding the biological cause became a major turning point, helping her release years of emotional burden and completely change the way she viewed herself. Rather than continuing to hide her appearance in order to fit conventional beauty standards, LaRae decided to embrace and keep her natural beard. To spread a positive message, she created a blog called My Hair Is Me, offering an open space where she could inspire and connect with others facing similar experiences. Although she takes pride in the way she looks today, her life still comes with many challenges, including curious stares, rude comments from strangers, and intrusive questions about her gender identity or sexual orientation. Despite these obstacles, LaRae continues using her voice and personal platform to show that she is not alone, while raising public awareness and empowering other women to live openly and confidently as their true selves. Felix Orina is a man from Kenya known for his remarkably long hair, which measures up to 9.9 meters. His unique journey began with a promise to his family when he decided never to cut his hair, a commitment he has faithfully kept for more than 23 years. Having record-breaking hair has earned Felix admiration from people around the world, but it has also brought major challenges in his daily life, education, work, and personal relationships. Despite the constant inconvenience and quiet sacrifices, he has never backed down and has remained resilient and true to himself. With an unbreakable spirit and strong determination, Felix Orina continues growing his hair while pursuing his dream of being officially recognized as a deserving world record holder. Makai Alante Lucky, born in 1997 in North Carolina, rose unexpectedly in the international fashion industry thanks to an extremely rare physical feature. He was born with heterochromia, giving him one striking deep blue eye and one naturally dark brown eye. This distinctive contrast created a captivating appearance and quickly attracted the attention of talent scouts after his photos went viral across social media platforms in 2017. Seizing the major opportunity, Makai signed a professional contract with a respected modeling agency in Atlanta and officially entered the world of high fashion. With his distinctive presence, he went on to appear in exclusive editorial photo shoots and walk in prestigious fashion shows, including New York Fashion Week. Mackay Alante Lucky's journey is a remarkable example of how a unique biological trait can become an artistic signature, open the door to a life-changing career, and inspire others to appreciate the qualities that make them truly one of a kind. Prince Randian, born in 1871 in British Guiana, was one of the most legendary performers in popular entertainment during the early 20th century. Although he was born with tetra amelia syndrome, a rare congenital condition that left him without arms or legs, he overcame countless obstacles to live an independent and dignified life. His remarkable talent and determination attracted the attention of entertainment impresario P.T. Barnum, who brought him to the United States in 1889 to begin his celebrated stage career. In the United States, Prince Randian quickly became a major attraction because of his remarkable ability to perform everyday tasks using only his mouth, including writing, drawing, and even lighting his own cigarettes. He was also an accomplished linguist who spoke several languages fluently and captivated audiences with his intelligence, sense of humor, and refined manner. The high point of his career came with his appearance in the classic 1932 film Freaks, which secured his place in cinematic history. Beyond his stage career, he enjoyed a happy family life with his wife and 5 children before his death in 1934, leaving behind an enduring story of extraordinary human resilience. If Prince Randian's inspiring story of perseverance moved you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Laetitia Ky is a multi-talented artist from Côte d'Ivoire who has amazed the art world with her ability to transform her natural hair into breathtaking living sculptures. Her creative journey began with a deep desire to reconnect with her cultural roots and celebrate the natural beauty of African women. Instead of using traditional artistic materials, Laetitia chose to work with her thick, natural black hair, combining it with wire frames and remarkable craftsmanship to create powerful symbolic designs. Each of her hair creations is far more than a display of technical skill. It is a bold statement about social issues, women's rights, and self-confidence. From shapes resembling hands and musical instruments to visual messages advocating equality, Laetitia has turned her own body into a moving canvas, blurring the boundaries between fashion, art, and activism. Her limitless creativity has carried her name far beyond national borders, earning her numerous international recognitions and making her a major source of inspiration for young people across global social media platforms. Laetitia Ky's journey is a brilliant example of turning natural features that were once viewed as aesthetic barriers into a unique artistic advantage. Through her vibrant and energetic imagery, she spreads a message of self-love and encourages individuals to embrace their identity with courage and pride. She is not only an artist, but also an ambassador of creative freedom, proving that when people proudly embrace their roots and individuality, that beauty can shine brightly enough to connect the hearts of millions around the world. Emma Marie lived a normal life until everything changed during her senior year of high school. After dance practice sessions, she began experiencing paralysis in her neck muscles, causing her neck to bend completely and forcing her to see the world upside down for the past 4 years. Her suffering became even more painful when she had to leave school, and her fiancé abandoned her during this difficult period. Although her family had limited financial resources and initial medical tests failed to identify the cause, Emma remained strong and learned to adapt to her condition. A remarkable turning point came when her story was shared publicly, touching generous supporters who donated through Giving Life. Emma now has enough money to travel to a larger, specialized hospital. Holding on to the hope of recovery, she dreams of regaining her health, returning to school, and continuing the life goals she was forced to leave unfinished. Zaila Avant-garde, a multi-talented prodigy of the new generation, made history by building an extraordinary collection of achievements in both athletics and academics. Born in Louisiana in 2006, she displayed a sharp mind and exceptional concentration from an early age. Driven by a deep passion for sports, Zaila developed remarkable basketball dribbling skills and set 3 Guinness World Records for dribbling multiple basketballs at the same time while still a teenager, becoming a powerful source of inspiration across social media platforms. A world-changing breakthrough came in 2021 when Zaila Avant-garde outperformed thousands of talented contestants to win the prestigious Scripps National Spelling Bee. This historic victory not only made her the first African-American champion in the competition's 96-year history, but also transformed her into a global symbol of intelligence and determination. To achieve this success, Zaila maintained extraordinary discipline, spending several hours each day studying tens of thousands of complex words while also continuing her intensive athletic training. Zaila Avant-garde's remarkable journey is powerful proof that the potential of the younger generation has no limits. She continues to pursue her education while developing as a promising basketball player with ambitions of reaching even greater heights. Zaila's life story has ignited passion in millions of young people around the world, showing that the combination of natural talent and unwavering perseverance can lead to extraordinary achievements. Musungu Ango, the man with extraordinary steel-like hair, has amazed the world with seemingly impossible displays of strength using nothing but his own hair. After accidentally discovering this unique natural ability, he transformed his hair into a powerful performance tool that appeared to challenge ordinary biological limits. From spectacularly pulling cars to lifting heavy weights, Musungu Ango has repeatedly left audiences astonished by the remarkable durability and strength of every strand. His one-of-a-kind journey is not only an extraordinary display of physical ability, but also an inspiring story about overcoming challenges, breaking stereotypes, proving one's worth, and awakening belief in the limitless potential of the human body. Mark Henry, the legendary athlete known as the world's strongest man, carved his name into global sports history through an unprecedented journey. Born in Texas in 1971, he displayed extraordinary physical strength from an early age, repeatedly breaking national weightlifting records while still in high school. The peak of Mark Henry's athletic career came when he represented the United States at 2 prestigious Olympic Games and won the World Weightlifting Championship in 1995, firmly establishing himself as one of the most dominant strength athletes of his generation. In 1996, Mark Henry made a groundbreaking career move when he decided to enter the world of professional wrestling by joining WWE. With his massive physique and overwhelming strength, he quickly became a feared presence in the ring and went on to capture several prestigious world championship titles. After more than 2 decades of delivering unforgettable matches and inspiring others through his remarkable discipline, he was officially inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Mark Henry's life story remains a powerful symbol of how determination and inner strength can transform a small-town boy into a global legend. What impressed you most about Mark Henry's journey? Share your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Iko Nimako, a visionary of contemporary art, has captivated the creative world by transforming mysterious black Lego bricks into priceless historical masterpieces. Born in 1979 in Montreal, Canada, to a family of Ghanaian heritage, he developed a deep passion for architecture and sculpture from an early age. Instead of working with traditional materials such as stone or clay, Ky chose Lego bricks as his distinctive artistic language, beginning a truly unique creative journey. Through masterful construction techniques and an extraordinary artistic vision, Iko Nimako creates large-scale sculptures that vividly reimagine ancient African civilizations alongside compelling futuristic worlds. His works are more than the careful assembly of tens of thousands of individual pieces. They also carry powerful messages about culture, heritage, identity, and the desire to rise beyond limitations. This bold, creative approach has brought his name to respected museums and international exhibitions across Canada, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Iko Nimako's life story is a powerful reminder that even a simple toy, when shaped by the hands of a determined and gifted artist, can become a lasting work of cultural and artistic significance. While most people can only hold an arm in the air for a few minutes before experiencing pain and fatigue, an Indian man named Amar Bharati has reportedly maintained this position continuously for more than 45 years. In 1973, he was living a normal and happy family life, working at a bank and raising 3 children. However, he suddenly decided to leave everything behind and devote his life to the Hindu god Shiva. As an expression of this religious faith, he raised one arm above his head and never lowered it again. At first, the act caused him severe pain, but after about 2 years, the discomfort gradually faded and eventually disappeared as his arm atrophied, suffered permanent nerve damage, and lost much of its circulation. Today, lowering the arm would be extremely difficult without careful preparation. Amar Bharati's unwavering commitment has become a powerful source of inspiration, encouraging thousands of people around the world to pursue peace in their own ways. His example has also inspired other Indians to become sadhus and keep one arm raised for long periods, although no one has yet surpassed his record. People say he may be the oldest man alive, estimated to be between 160 and 170 years old. Yet he remains remarkably healthy, able to walk, sit down on his own, and tell stories in a strong voice just like anyone else. But how could that possibly be true? Michael is so old that he cannot even remember where he was born, because in his time, newborns were not officially registered. Birth certificates were uncommon, and identification cards did not exist. When a child was born, people often knew only the season in which the birth took place. In his time, polygamy was common, which is why he married 4 wives and had 12 children. His eldest son died at the age of 96, while his 3rd child is now 81 years old. Although the world has moved into the age of technology, Michael still prefers the traditional way of life and continues to enjoy remarkable health, having lived happily for more than 100 years with the wife who has been by his side since his youth. He says the secret to his longevity is eating naturally nutritious foods from the forest, completely free from the industrial chemicals found in the modern world. Alexei Goloborodko is one of the world's most exceptional contortionists, renowned for his ability to seamlessly combine extraordinary flexibility with professional ballet technique. Born in 1994 in Tula, Russia, he began his artistic journey at the age of 4 under the guidance of coach Vladislav Rodionov. Recognizing Alexei's natural talent, his mentor helped shape a truly unique performance style, one that went beyond traditional contortion by incorporating the grace and precision of classical dance as well as elements of martial arts. Through extraordinary perseverance and unwavering discipline, Alexi's talent quickly earned worldwide recognition. While still very young, he achieved repeated success at major international circus festivals, receiving prestigious awards in Paris and Moscow. A major turning point in his career came when Alexi joined Cirque du Soleil, the world-renowned contemporary circus company. There, he became one of the standout stars of the production Lutzia, captivating millions of audience members with body-bending movements that seemed impossible for the human form. What truly sets Alexi apart is his ability to transform a discipline requiring extreme physical strength and control into a deeply emotional work of art. He possesses extraordinary flexibility throughout his back, legs, and shoulders, allowing him to move through complex positions with a smooth, fluid quality that never appears forced. Medical and artistic experts alike have described him as an exceptionally rare phenomenon of his generation. Today, Alexei Goloborodko continues to devote himself to contemporary circus arts while serving as a major source of inspiration for young performers around the world. His journey from a passionate boy training in a small Russian city to the heights of the international stage proves that the combination of natural talent and relentless dedication can push beyond every perceived human limitation. Tessa Hanson-Smith, a college student from California, is one of only a small number of people in the world forced to face the harsh reality of having a body that rejects life's most basic necessity, water. Diagnosed with aquagenic urticaria at the age of 10, her life has become a constant series of challenges, as every encounter with water poses a threat to her health. This is an extremely rare medical condition, estimated to affect fewer than 100 people worldwide, causing severe skin reactions whenever the skin comes into contact with water. Tessa's journey with the condition began at the age of 8, when she started developing rashes after every bath or shower. At first, her family assumed that she was reacting to soap or shampoo. However, after carefully researching her unusual symptoms online, Tessa and her mother, a physician, discovered the truth about this rare condition. Since then, her mother has remained by her side, personally monitoring her health and searching for every possible solution to reduce the pain she experiences in daily life. For Tessa, even the ordinary activities of a college student have become extremely complicated. She can only bathe up to twice a month to minimize irritation to the surface of her skin. Even more concerning, her body reacts negatively to its own natural fluids, including sweat, tears, and saliva, causing high fevers and severe migraines. To move around her university campus without sweating, developing a rash, or becoming exhausted, she must rely on others for transportation. Even eating and drinking present major challenges, as juicy fruits, vegetables, or even an ordinary sip of water can cause painful sensations on her tongue, along with muscle fatigue and persistent nausea. Because modern medicine still has no definitive treatment for this syndrome, Tessa must take 9 antihistamine tablets every day to help control her body's extreme reactions. Despite living with this harsh biological condition and facing pain on a daily basis, the young student continues to maintain an admirable sense of optimism. Tessa Hanson-Smith remains determined to study, contribute, and share her story to raise public awareness of rare diseases, refusing to let her condition define her life or limit her future. What do you think helps Tessa stay strong through such difficult challenges? Share your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and subscribe to support more inspiring stories like hers. Khalid Mozayev and his family were forced to flee the brutal civil war in Syria and seek shelter in a temporary refugee camp in Idlib. There, they faced an enormous challenge when their 15-month-old son, Mohammad Mozayev, was born without legs. Refusing to surrender to fate, the family searched tirelessly for a solution and was fortunate to receive timely medical assistance in Turkey. After 7 weeks of determined practice and adjustment with his new prosthetic legs, Mohammed finally returned to Idlib, bringing overwhelming joy to his family. The resilience of his father, Khalid, and the entire family gave the little boy a new beginning, allowing him to happily play with other children in the camp and offering hope for a brighter future amid a region still marked by hardship. Young Solomon Blessing was born with hydrocephalus, a condition that caused his head to become abnormally enlarged and placed his nervous system at serious risk. His family once fell into complete despair because they were trapped in poverty and could not afford the hospital expenses needed to save their son's life. Then, a true miracle arrived when compassionate viewers came together and donated a large sum of money, giving him a precious opportunity to receive modern medical treatment. The boundless kindness of complete strangers brought Solomon's family to tears of joy and restored their faith in the compassion and humanity that still exist to help those facing the greatest hardships. Despite living with a severe tumor that has disfigured her face, Françoise remains a powerful symbol of courage and determination. After enduring the disappointment of outdated traditional treatments and the pain of being bullied by her classmates so severely that she had to leave school, the young woman has never surrendered to her circumstances. Rising above these deep emotional wounds, Françoise continues to hold on to a strong belief in modern medicine. She longs for understanding from the community and waits for an opportunity to receive treatment and have the tumor removed, determined to reclaim a brighter future. Maria Odette do Nascimento became known at the age of 30 for having her physical development and cognitive abilities severely affected by congenital hypothyroidism that was not treated in time, leaving her dependent on care similar to that of a 9-month-old baby. However, Maria's story should not be viewed with curiosity, but with compassion and respect. Despite their limited resources, her family has continued to surround her with love, reminding us that early diagnosis, proper care, and patience can give a person dignity, hope, and the chance to keep living. Audiences usually focus on a musician's hands when the music begins. But with Jameer Wallace, every eye turns toward his feet. Born without arms, Jameer learned to use his feet to perform everyday tasks that many people take for granted. Rather than allowing his disability to become a barrier, he patiently explored his abilities and discovered a special passion for music. What once seemed impossible gradually became a reality when he began playing the trumpet with his feet. Every practice session required patience and determination far beyond ordinary challenges. But Jameer continued to improve. His talent and hard work eventually allowed him to perform before large audiences, proving that limitations sometimes exist only in the human mind. Jameer's success is not defined solely by his ability to play an instrument, but also by the powerful message he shares. Differences do not determine a person's worth. It is determination and passion that create the most meaningful and unforgettable achievements. The scars on a person's body are not always marks of pain. They can also be proud symbols of love and an unbreakable will to live. For Kenny Matthews, a bright young man from Los Angeles, USA, every scar he carries is a priceless legacy, one that came at the ultimate sacrifice of his beloved grandfather. The life-changing moment happened when Kenny was just 3 years old, as a sudden fire broke out and engulfed the family home. In that critical moment, his grandfather acted without hesitation, rushing into the flames, holding the little boy tightly and carrying him to safety. A miracle allowed Kenny to survive, but the cost was immense. His heroic grandfather did not make it, and the young boy's body was left with severe burns covering up to 85% of his skin. The years that followed were filled with countless complex skin graft surgeries and an incredibly demanding rehabilitation process. He had to wear specialized medical compression garments tightly fitted to his body for an entire year to support healing, a constant challenge that was both physically uncomfortable and emotionally exhausting. Growing up with a different appearance, Kenny often faced curious stares and had to navigate deeply challenging emotional moments. However, instead of being weighed down by self-doubt or resentment, he chose to completely reshape his perspective, seeing his scars not as burdens, but as powerful symbols of survival and strength. Embracing the power of social media, Kenny stepped confidently into the spotlight, becoming an inspiring content creator with a following of millions, using his voice to uplift and empower others. He regularly shares authentic moments from his daily life, confidently challenging rigid beauty standards and proudly reinforcing a powerful message: true beauty does not lie in a flawless appearance, but shines from a kind heart and a radiant spirit. Through his remarkable journey of resilience and renewal, Kenny Matthews has inspired countless people, encouraging them to embrace themselves and move forward with confidence to build a meaningful and fulfilling life. Do you agree that true beauty begins with confidence and kindness? Share your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and subscribe to help spread Kenny Matthews' inspiring story. Wiktoria Komada, a young girl from Poland, has written a real-life fairy tale of courage and an unwavering refusal to surrender to fate. From the moment she was born, Wiktoria faced an extremely rare medical challenge, as both of her legs were severely deformed due to congenital tibial deficiency. Doctors initially believed she had little chance of ever walking normally, and the only solution offered in her home country at the time was the removal of both legs. Refusing to give in to such a devastating prognosis, her parents became determined to search around the world for a treatment that could give their daughter a better future. The turning point that transformed Wiktoria's life came when her family received support from the community through fundraising campaigns, allowing them to take her to the United States for surgery. At a specialized hospital in Florida, Dr. Dror Paley made a bold yet compassionate decision to remove the more severely affected leg so that it could be fitted with a prosthesis, while performing a series of complex reconstructive surgeries to preserve and lengthen her remaining leg. After months of demanding rehabilitation and training, Wiktoria Komada achieved what once seemed impossible. She learned to stand on her own and run and play, using her reconstructed leg and prosthesis. Her radiant smile as she took her first steps brought immeasurable joy to her family and became a powerful symbol of hope for millions of people around the world. Her journey shows how love, determination, and the courage to keep moving forward can help a person overcome even the greatest adversity. Instead of letting his different appearance confine his life, a devoted teacher turned the harsh marks on his body into a powerful lesson about resilience. Since the age of 9, Tony Perkins, a teacher in St. Louis, has lived with a severe form of keloid scarring that affected both his face and body. This long-lasting condition brought countless physical and emotional challenges. Yet rather than hiding from society's gaze, He stepped confidently into the classroom and dedicated himself fully to working with young people. The sincerity of his students, who valued his kind heart over any judgment of appearance, became a powerful source of strength, helping him overcome feelings of insecurity. With an optimistic mindset, Tony transformed his personal struggle into inspiration, showing his students that no limitation is truly unbreakable. After years of advanced medical treatment and persistence, he was able to significantly improve his condition and regain a deeper sense of confidence. Tony's life stands as a remarkable reminder that true beauty is not defined by physical perfection, but shines brightest through a courageous spirit and a heart devoted to others. Without using her hands to hold the steering wheel, this woman has steered her own destiny with sheer determination, although born without both hands. Janet Brown, a mother from North Carolina, has firmly refused to surrender to physical limitations. With remarkable skill using her feet, she manages all daily activities independently and proudly works as a confident rideshare driver. Janet's inspiring journey is a powerful testament that extraordinary willpower can overcome any physical limitation. LaRae Perkins' journey of rising above challenges is a beautiful and inspiring story of self-love and the courage to break free from conventional beauty standards. From her teenage years, LaRae began noticing the appearance of white patches on her skin due to vitiligo. This sudden change in her appearance once led her into deep self-doubt, pushing her to spend hours every day covering her natural skin with heavy makeup in order to avoid curious or judgmental looks from those around her. However, constantly hiding her true self gradually became exhausting and emotionally overwhelming. At a turning point in her life, LaRae made the powerful decision to remove all makeup and face the world with her most authentic appearance. Instead of viewing vitiligo as a limitation, she transformed it into a unique personal expression of beauty and identity. With optimism and growing confidence, LaRae not only shines as a talented dancer and model, but also actively uses her platform to spread a strong message of body positivity. She dedicates herself to empowering others, encouraging people to embrace their differences and value what makes them unique. LaRae Perkins' story stands as a powerful reminder that true beauty comes from confidence and the pride of loving and living as one's authentic self. Christine Walton, nicknamed the Duchess, is a talented singer from Las Vegas, USA, who once held the Guinness World Record for the longest fingernails on a woman, an astonishing total length of 7.314 meters, 24 feet, from 2011 to 2016. She began growing her nails naturally in the 1990s, simply because she was too busy with her music career and raising her daughter to visit a nail salon. One day, she was shocked to realize each nail had grown to nearly 23 centimeters, 9 inches long. Despite her record-breaking long fingernails, Christine continues to carry out everyday tasks such as cooking, driving, braiding her daughter's hair, and even using her nails like hooks to reach items from high shelves. She carefully maintains her nails with gold leaf over a 2-day process and shares, "Being different is a blessing." The public has responded positively, and she has also written inspirational songs about embracing individuality and never feeling out of place. In 2016, after holding the record for 5 years, Christine decided to trim her nails down to about 2.5 centimeters, 1 inch, so she could live more fully, perform more comfortably, travel, and sing without constantly worrying about breaking them. The lesson from Christine Walton is to appreciate your differences as a precious gift. Stay committed to your passions, and remain flexible in adapting to life's demands. Don't be afraid to stand out. Turn it into a source of inspiration for others. When the time feels right, choose what brings true happiness, because real beauty comes from the courage to be yourself and live authentically. Katia Page, known as the Queen of Lipedema from East Orange, passed away in 2019 after living with severe lipedema combined with lymphedema. Her symptoms began when she was only 7 years old, but she was not correctly diagnosed until 2006, after years of being mistaken for someone experiencing ordinary weight gain. Despite facing many challenges, Katia continued to live with energy and pursue the activities she loved, including dancing, entering beauty pageants, swimming, traveling, weight training, and becoming engaged to Kevin. In 2016, Katia appeared on TLC and founded a community called the Lipedema Queen to support teenage girls and raise awareness about the treatment of this condition. Although her mother had also passed away after living with the same health condition, Katia continued to inspire many people with her positive spirit, helping to challenge stigma and encourage early diagnosis. Through the stories we have just explored, we can see that being different never diminishes anyone's worth. Behind every unique appearance or rare condition is a person with dreams, emotions, and remarkable strength. Which person in this video impressed you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you can continue joining us for more extraordinary. You won't believe what you're about to see. There are Black individuals in this world with appearances so unique, so extraordinary, that it's almost hard to believe they exist. Features that make them stand out in any crowd. Rare genetic traits that even science marvels at. From skin and hair to one-of-a-kind physical details, each of their life stories is an incredible journey of courage and inspiration. They don't just live, they turn their differences into power, forcing the world to look up and take notice. If you want to explore people who have never been in the public eye, bizarre yet empowering stories that will leave you in awe, hit the like button to support this video and subscribe now so you won't miss any of the amazing adventures of the most extraordinary individuals on the planet. In a small corner of Ilorin, Nigeria, a woman named Risakat Aziz experienced the harshness of fate simply because she possessed an incredibly rare beauty. Deep blue eyes. In a place where dark eyes are the default standard, this miraculous gift from nature was seen by those around her as something strange and full of prejudice. The pain reached its peak when Risakat gave birth to daughters who also inherited those beautiful blue eyes. Instead of shielding and taking pride in them, her husband decided to turn his back, leaving her and her children exposed to the whispers and stigmatizing gazes of the community. For a long time, Risakat had to retreat into the shadows of rejection and poverty. However, fate always has its way of rewriting its script. One day, a student happened to pass by and was completely mesmerized by the haunting clarity in the eyes of her family. He asked for permission to take a few photos. When those photos were shared on social media, the world couldn't look away. Millions of people were captivated by the uniqueness of their beauty. From being outcasts in a rural village, Risakat and her daughters suddenly became the center of attention, receiving numerous modeling offers and donations from around the world. The story of Risakat Aziz is like a stunning cinematic film brought to life. It leaves us with a profound message. Difference might make you be rejected in a small, confined space, but it becomes the brightest light that forces the rest of the world to pause and admire. When the portrait of young Jare Ijalana appeared across social media, the world seemed to pause in awe before a beauty that felt almost unreal. Her captivating emerald green eyes, framed by flawless skin, created a striking contrast that defied every traditional standard of beauty. Without any extravagant media campaigns, the natural purity of the 5-year-old Nigerian girl told its own enchanting story. Many see her as the very embodiment of perfection, a being who stepped out of an epic, here to remind us of the timeless power of raw, unfiltered beauty. This rapid rise to fame is not just a passing moment, but a pivotal milestone for ethnic diversity in the arts. One theory suggests that the appearance of rare recessive genes is nature's way of exploring its boundless aesthetic potential. Perhaps those mesmerizing eyes are not merely a product of heredity, but a natural form of communication, crafted to highlight the richness of African culture. If beauty were a language, then Jare would be a profoundly evocative poem, a work that speaks to the intersection of rare biological traits and cultural significance. Her ability to exude quiet grace amidst the chaos of the modern world suggests a profound inner strength, deeply rooted in innocence. Could it be that these unique variations are the key to understanding how beauty transcends both time and space? True beauty doesn't lie in excess or digital manipulation, but flourishes from a deep confidence in one's heritage and the distinctive traits that nature has so intentionally engraved in each individual. In reality, the most captivating makeup isn't a filter. It's the aura that radiates from confidence and the unique features passed down through generations. Do you believe that true identity holds more value than the illusion of perfection? Comment 1 if you agree, or 0 if you see it differently. Take a moment to reflect. If this message resonates with you, please like, share, and hit subscribe to help spread this message together. Born in Haiti and raised amidst the hustle and bustle of Brooklyn, New York, young Ralph Souffrant spent his childhood engulfed in self-doubt. Unlike his darker skin, his body and face were covered with thousands of freckles, a rare genetic trait in people of color. Through the lens of his peers, his unique appearance unintentionally became the target of teasing and mockery. For a long time, Ralph struggled with rejecting his own image, always shy and attempting to conceal his skin under layers of clothing. However, a turning point came when his distinctive look caught the eye of a photographer. Instantly, the high fashion world saw in Ralph a raw gem, possessing an otherworldly and unique beauty. Instead of shrinking away, Ralph chose to bravely step into the light. He quickly became a model, strutting proudly down the runways of renowned fashion houses, transforming the freckles that once hurt him into a visual halo that couldn't be replicated. Ralph Souffrant's journey of defying the odds is like an inspiring film. It gently reminds us of one profound truth. Sometimes, the differences we long to reject are the most miraculous masterpieces gifted to us by nature, waiting for the day we summon the courage to embrace them and shine alongside them. Next is Joyce Addo, or as the online community affectionately calls her, Busty GH. She is not only a high-profile woman in Ghana, but also a true phenomenon. Joyce has an extremely full figure, with what can only be described as an extraordinarily large upper body. Her chest is so massive that it almost seems to have its own gravity. In a recent interview with DJ Naomi on SVTV Africa, Joyce revealed a fact that's hard to believe. Her chest can actually block her vision when she wears a bra. It's like trying to move around with 2 airbags strapped to your body while attempting to climb stairs. It's like trying to walk around with two airbags strapped to your body while attempting to climb stairs. Joyce once fell down the stairs because she couldn't see past the barrier in front of her chest. This wasn't just a minor accident. She had to be hospitalized and spent an entire week recovering. She even claimed that she could see more clearly when not wearing a bra. Joyce confidently wears tight-fitting outfits, proudly shows off her figure, and embraces her scars. In a world that often tries to diminish women, her boldness deserves applause, though perhaps that applause should be given from a safe distance. Suleimana Abdul Samed grew up in a small village in northern Ghana, living a life much like any other boy in his community. As he entered adolescence, something remarkable began to happen. Suleimana started growing taller than everyone around him. Neighbors first noticed his unusual height when he began towering over the village houses. Locals affectionately nicknamed him Awuche, meaning "let's go." This extraordinary growth wasn't due to diet or lifestyle. It was the result of a rare condition called gigantism, which causes the body to produce excess growth hormone. At first, the local hospital struggled to measure his height because they didn't have equipment long enough, with staff commenting that he was taller than the scale. Eventually, a reporter brought a long tape measure, revealing Suleimana to be 7 feet 4 inches, about 2.23 meters, tall. Taller than almost anyone else in Ghana. Despite his towering stature, Suleimana lives a normal life with the support of his family. He makes a living selling SIM cards and continues regular health checkups. People from his village and beyond know him not only for his height, but also for his warm, optimistic personality. Suleimana has shared that he hopes one day to marry and have children, showing that his dreams and everyday goals are just like anyone else's. Only he happens to be taller than everyone around him. Makai Alante Lucky grew up in Raleigh, North Carolina, like many young men, facing both hopes and challenges along the way. From a young age, his life took several unexpected turns. In 2016, at around 20 years old, Makai had multiple run-ins with the law for various offenses, including speeding and stolen vehicle charges. During one arrest, his mugshot was taken, but what caught everyone's attention wasn't the photo itself, but his eyes. One bright blue and one deep brown, a rare condition known as heterochromia. The photo quickly spread across social media, capturing attention far beyond the usual police channels. People were captivated by his unique look, and suddenly Makai's face became an online sensation. What started as an ordinary mugshot turned into an unexpected opportunity. A recruiter from St. Clair modeling agency noticed the viral photo and reached out, opening the door to a completely new path in life. From that moment, Makai's trajectory changed. He signed with the agency and embarked on a modeling career. Editors and designers were drawn to his distinctive features and charisma. Makai walked for renowned designers and appeared at major events, including New York Fashion Week. He gained attention not only for his unique appearance, but also for embracing the chance to reinvent himself with confidence and style. As his fame grew, so did his social media following, where he shared glimpses of his life and work. Makai's story became a widely discussed topic, not just as a curiosity, but as a striking example of how a single moment can transform the course of a life. Pascual Piñón rose to fame in the early 20th century with the nickname the Two-Headed Man, thanks to a massive tumor on the top of his head. To captivate audiences, he transformed the tumor into an incredibly realistic second face, turning himself into a legend in the world of mysterious circuses. In reality, it was a benign tumor, and he later underwent surgery to return to a normal life. Do you think turning a physical deformity into a performance art was creative or cruel? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button to support our channel. Galacea Nightingale emerged from the sun-soaked island of Barbados with eyes as deep blue as the boundless ocean. This striking contrast against her dark skin initially pushed her into isolation and subjected her to questioning stares. Yet, rather than succumbing to that coldness, she carried her so-called out-of-place beauty straight into Europe's most prestigious fashion capitals. In Switzerland and London, the very eyes once deemed unusual became symbols of unmatched elegance and grace. She transformed emotional wounds into a journey of rebirth, solidifying her place as a beauty that can never be replicated. From an analytical standpoint, Galacea can be seen as the embodiment of an artistically rare genetic mutation. Perhaps recessive genes from multiple generations quietly converged to create this extraordinary visual variation. Her success reinforces the notion that the world is moving away from uniformity and toward true diversity. Those eyes are not merely meant to see. They act as a biological message, reminding us of the vast and boundless treasure of human DNA, showcasing the limitless beauty found in our differences. Could it be that nature chose her to prove that the rarest traits carry the most powerful allure? When you possess a difference so striking that the world questions it, don't waste time explaining. Just shine until doubt transforms into admiration. Because true light doesn't need justification. It simply exists, making every gaze fall silent in awe. Ducky thought seems to materialize like a living mirage, embodying a beauty that stretches the boundaries of human perception. Her flawless skin and perfectly symmetrical features have often led people to liken her to a real-life Barbie doll. Born into a South Sudanese refugee family, she rose above adversity to become a muse for global fashion icons. With each appearance, it feels as though the line between reality and computer-generated imagery completely fades away. She is not just modeling clothing, she is projecting a commanding presence that redefines every existing standard. One might imagine her genome as a precise blueprint, where enigmatic mathematical constants converge into physical form. If the golden ratio truly exists within genetics, then the structure of her face could be seen as living proof. This could be interpreted as a genetic arrangement refined to its highest purity, where random deviations seem to disappear. Such success likely arises from humanity's eternal desire to discover ideal archetypes, once thought to exist only in myth and legend. Could it be that nature intentionally crafted a moment of breathtaking pause to remind us of the universe's magnificent order? Beyond the dazzling runways, Ducky thought carries the spirit of South Sudan into the heart of the modern fashion industry. Her fame is not just about personal admiration, but a revolution in ethnic diversity. By honoring her parents, her greatest teachers in resilience, she has transformed modeling into a profoundly human journey. She doesn't walk the runway to escape reality, but to celebrate the core values that have shaped her into who she is. The journey from Melbourne to New York stands as proof that the most powerful presence comes from being truly understood. Your true value isn't found in blending into the crowd, but in refining your unique traits into a symbol that leaves the world awestruck. And when you dare to live fully in that identity, you're not just seen, you become an irreplaceable mark in the flow of time, remembered for generations to come. Imagine this. What if an ordinary day in the life of a high school girl suddenly took a completely unexpected turn? all because of a few radiant photos shared online. This is the magical beginning of Lola Chwil's story, a young woman from Los Angeles who created a visual sensation that quickly spread across the globe. Her presence became an unexpected variable, capturing millions of eyes and redefining familiar standards of beauty. Analyzing Lola's appearance, the world couldn't help but marvel at her surreal and unique beauty. She was born with smooth, deep black skin like the endless night, paired with soulful eyes, a slender nose, and proudly curved lips. These striking natural features earned her affectionate titles in the media and online communities, such as the real-life Barbie doll and the Black Hannah Montana. Yet behind the sudden fame of an internet phenomenon lay an inner struggle. Looking back on the years before stepping into the spotlight, Lola revealed that she had once been extremely shy. She feared the scrutinizing gaze of a society still burdened with harsh biases about skin color, quietly wrestling with the urge to shrink into the safety of the crowd. Instead of hiding, the young woman made a bold, transformative decision. She used her sudden fame as a megaphone to send a powerful message. Across digital platforms, Lola continuously encouraged young girls to cast aside insecurity and stop comparing themselves to mainstream standards. She inspired them to embrace the natural beauty they were born with and to turn their differences into their sharpest strengths. Lola Chwil's remarkable journey leaves a radiant truth. She didn't just use her unique beauty to break rigid beauty industry norms, she became a beacon of inspiration. The brightest glow in life never comes from molding yourself to fit someone else's template. It emerges the moment you dare to lift your head high, love every original feature of your body, and proudly embrace your natural self. John Waweru from Kenya has grown the longest nails in Africa for over 25 years, with each nail exceeding 30 centimeters in length. He hopes to break the world record and be listed in the Guinness World Records. John's nails are not just part of his body, but also his identity, meticulously cared for without any special products. Although his daily tasks have become a challenge, John perseveres and remains undeterred. He has become a quiet legend due to his dedication and extraordinary discipline. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss more unique and inspiring stories from around the world. When Manute Bol stepped onto the NBA court, people didn't just notice him, they stared. Standing at 7 feet 7 inches, 2.2 meters, he was one of the tallest players in the history of the league, and undoubtedly one of the most unforgettable. However, Manute's greatest impact wasn't just from basketball, but also from his homeland, Sudan. Born into the Dinka tribe in 1962, his height made him a remarkable phenomenon. With a wingspan of 8 feet, 2.4 meters, he could block shots without even jumping. Coaches described him as a skyscraper guarding the basketball court. However, Manute didn't come to the NBA just to attract attention. He came to make a difference. Off the court, his story was even more powerful. When Sudan was torn apart by civil war, Manute became a voice for peace and a warrior for his people. He donated millions of dollars, much of it from his basketball career, to help war victims, build schools and hospitals, and bring hope to the people of Sudan. His sacrifices were not easy. Many said he went bankrupt while continuing to give everything for his country. His health gradually deteriorated, but he never gave up. Marimar Quiroa is a professional makeup artist and well-known American beauty vlogger who has won the hearts of millions through her extraordinary resilience. She was born with a congenital cystic hygroma on her face, a condition that affected her facial structure and left her unable to speak or eat in the usual way. From a young age, Marimar had to undergo multiple surgeries and face unkind stares from strangers. Rather than withdrawing from the world, she chose to communicate through sign language and channel her powerful passion for makeup artistry. Marimar began sharing beauty tutorials on social media, where she confidently showcased her exceptional makeup skills and sharp aesthetic sense. Beyond beauty, she is also a vibrant and energetic Zumba instructor. Using her platform, Marimar spreads a message of self-confidence and self-love, affirming that true beauty comes from inner strength and personal talent. Her journey stands as a powerful reminder that no barrier can stop us from pursuing our dreams when we have the courage to be authentically ourselves. Imagine a childhood where every time you step outside, countless curious eyes turn toward you, accompanied by whispers and murmurs. This is the opening chapter of Ludmila Tichenkova's story, a Ukrainian woman who has gone through an intense journey of learning to embrace her unique appearance. In her early years, Ludmila grew up carefree like any other child. However, when she reached the age of 10, her body unexpectedly began a rapid and intense growth process. In just a few short years, the small girl she once was grew to an impressive height of 1.95 meters, with an unusually long and slender neck. At the sensitive age of adolescence, having an appearance that defied all standards became a huge psychological burden. Lyudmila began to withdraw, becoming shy and often hunching her shoulders to avoid the piercing gazes and the secretive phones aimed at her from the crowd. The mystery of this dramatic change was finally revealed when doctors diagnosed her with Marfan syndrome, a rare genetic disorder that affects connective tissues, causing the limbs and neck to grow unusually long, while also resulting in a 30-degree curvature in the spine. For her health, she had to undergo medical monitoring and wear a brace. This was an extremely harsh challenge that suffocated her physically and mentally. However, the brightest moment of this story began when Ludmila decided not to let a medical diagnosis or societal prejudice imprison her life. With the boundless love and support from her family, especially from her sister, who also stood out with a height of 2 meters, Lyudmila slowly came to realize a profound truth. She realized that constantly hating herself and trying to fit in with the crowd was meaningless. Today, Lyudmila no longer hides her head. She walks proudly, holding her head high, turning what once caused her immense pain into a bright, unmistakable mark of her individuality. Her journey is like a beautiful documentary of courage, leaving us with a powerful message. True magic doesn't lie in trying to be perfect in the eyes of others, but in bravely stepping into the light and embracing the original form that life has given you. There are children who grow up with the sole desire to blend in with the crowd, and Nakia Phoenix was once one of them. Born in South Carolina, Nakia carries the proud heritage of being black, but fate placed on her skin a rare constellation of freckles, a highly uncommon trait. Through the lens of her peers, her unique feature was not seen as a gift. Nakia became the target of whispers and hurtful comments, with some even questioning whether she was truly black because of her distinct appearance. These invisible daggers deeply cut into her soul, causing Nakia to shrink into herself, struggling with social anxiety, wishing only to become invisible. As she grew older, she sought the safety of conformity, becoming a television news producer and temporarily putting away her childhood dreams. However, fate seemed determined not to let this gem be buried. After a series of setbacks in her career, she moved to Los Angeles. Then, on a seemingly ordinary day, a magical turning point occurred. While Nakia was casually walking down the street, picking up coffee and a bagel, her unique beauty caught the eye of a fashion industry expert. That moment changed Nakia's life forever. The camera lens no longer saw an unusual girl with brown spots on her face. It saw a surreal, wild, and irreplaceable masterpiece. Nakia stepped into the spotlight with confidence, becoming the face of major brands like Coca-Cola and Target. The more she immersed herself in the flash of the cameras, the more she realized the supreme power of authenticity. Nakia not only proudly displayed the freckles that had once been rejected, but also decided to stop using chemical hair relaxers, embracing her natural curly hair with pride. From a little girl who wanted to hide from her own appearance, Nakia Phoenix turned the tide and became a radiant symbol of self-love. She founded the Black Girl Beautiful project to inspire other women. Her journey leaves behind a beautiful message. The brightest road in life is not about trying to erase the marks that nature has given us, but about bravely embracing them and turning our differences into a unique, radiant halo. Hit like and subscribe to let the inspiration from Nakia Phoenix's extraordinary journey empower you. Close your eyes and imagine this. What if, at just 8 years old, doctors looked you in the eye and told you that your biggest dream was impossible, that it could never come true? That was the challenging yet extraordinary beginning of the life story of Francesca Jones, a resilient flower in British tennis. From birth, Francesca was diagnosed with a rare condition called EEC syndrome, ectrodactyly ectodermal cleft. Nature had taken away some of her physical symmetry, leaving her with only 8 fingers and 7 toes. In the harsh world of professional tennis, where grip strength and perfect balance determine success, her body was seen by the medical community as an unbeatable obstacle. Doctors warned that playing at a high level could seriously damage her fragile hands. But instead of accepting that verdict as the end of her story, Francesca picked up a racket and chose to write her own destiny. She never saw herself as a victim. When her fingers blistered and cracked, she endured. When movement became difficult due to her unique foot structure, she trained twice, even 3 times as hard as others. With incredible determination, she adapted by using specially designed racket grips, adjusting her technique to fit her 4 fingers, turning her difference into her greatest weapon. Her journey was paved with painful surgeries and silent tears shed behind the scenes. And then, from sweat and resilience, a miracle bloomed. The defining moment came in 2021 during the Australian Open qualifiers. To the astonishment of the world, the girl once rejected by medical expectations delivered powerful shots, defeating her opponents and securing a place in the main draw of a Grand Slam tournament. Francesca Jones didn't just win a match, she overcame destiny itself. Her story is a powerful reminder. The brightest glory does not belong to those born perfect, but to those who have the courage to endure, to fight until the end, and to shatter every limit placed before them. Christian Bale, the actor who starved for a role and got back up again. When Christian Bale stepped onto the set of The Machinist, he looked like a ghost of himself. His cheeks were sunken, his ribs were sharp under his skin, his eyes were sunken with hunger. He had lost over 60 pounds, 27.2 kilograms, for the role, surviving on black coffee, an apple, and a can of tuna a day. The world watched in amazement and horror. Why would someone go that far? But for Bale, it wasn't about shock. It was about truth. He believed in the story, in becoming the character completely. But what was more remarkable than his transformation was what happened next. Just a few months later, he had gained weight to play Batman. A physical 180 seemed impossible. He didn't just rebuild his body, he rebuilt himself. What Christian Bale had done was more than just acting. It was a brutal lesson in discipline, obsession, and the fine line between dedication and danger. It raised questions. How far is too far for art? And when does transformation become self-destruction? But throughout, Bale has remained in control. His journey shows us the extremes the human body and spirit can endure when passion is the driving force. He reminds us that to become something extraordinary, sometimes you have to give up who you are, even if only for a while. Amy Mullins is a living embodiment of overcoming adversity and turning limitations into strength. Born without fibula bones in both legs, she had her lower legs amputated just after her first birthday. Yet this did not stop Amy from chasing her big dreams. She became a track and field athlete, a fashion model, an actress, and an inspirational speaker. Amy didn't just live well with prosthetic legs, she transformed them into symbols of beauty, creativity, and resilience. In her athletic career, Amy represented the United States at the Paralympic Games, setting records in sprinting and long jump. In addition to running, she has made a strong impression on the international fashion scene, being one of the first models to wear prosthetic legs on the catwalk. She has also become a talented actress and a renowned TED speaker, known for her insightful talks on body diversity and redefining beauty. Amy Mullins is living proof that limitations only exist if we allow them to. With over 12 different sets of prosthetics, from athletic to high fashion, she doesn't hide her differences, she embraces and accentuates them. In a world that constantly seeks perfection, Amy stands out as a perfect example of being proudly different. An extraordinary woman whose story you would hardly believe existed if you didn't know her. Gino Martino, also known as the Human Wrecking Ball, is a powerlifter and professional wrestler, famous for his extraordinary strength. He has the ability to break concrete, baseball bats, and steel bars using only his skull, leaving the world in awe. These feats not only showcase his superior physical strength, but also prove that with enough power and determination, nothing is impossible. Gino has trained his body to withstand intense impacts, maintaining focus and never yielding. Each of his performances demands discipline and courage, and despite the high risks, he continues to display his strength, inspiring others with his indomitable spirit and resilience. When speaking of Ambras syndrome, scientists describe it as an extremely rare genetic condition that causes excessive hair growth across the entire body and face. Supatra Sasufan, also known as Nat, a young girl from Thailand, is one of the very few people in the world born with this condition. Nat's early school years were far from easy, as she had to face hesitation, curiosity, and unkind teasing from children her own age. Physical differences and social prejudice created significant psychological challenges for a young girl still growing up and learning about herself. However, instead of falling into insecurity, Nat found strength through the boundless love of her family. Their unwavering support became a solid emotional anchor, helping her build an optimistic mindset and a confidence that truly stands out. Nat learned to embrace her uniqueness, turning what others saw as a difference into her personal signature. and she now appears in public with a radiant smile. Her journey is not only a story of overcoming adversity, but also a powerful source of inspiration about courage and inner strength, proving that true beauty and human value always shine from within. Rather than hiding herself, she chose to face the world with a bright smile and a rare, unshakable confidence. That positive attitude led her to be recognized by Guinness World Records and helped her realize that her appearance is a one-of-a-kind signature rather than a limitation. Today, the once shy girl has grown into a confident woman, leaving behind the insecurities of the past. Most wonderfully of all, Nat has found true happiness alongside a life partner who cherishes her inner beauty and extraordinary strength of spirit. They were born different, but they chose to live unforgettable lives. What unites them isn't just their rarity, it's their resilience. They remind us that true strength doesn't come from fitting in. It comes from standing out and being proud. In a world chasing perfection, they choose authenticity. In a world that doubts them, they believe in themselves. What about you? Have you ever felt proud of the things that make you different? Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can continue exploring more inspiring stories of strength and confidence together. Have you ever looked at a person and wondered whether they might be a mysterious masterpiece carefully sculpted by nature itself? Nature doesn't just create life, it also creates rare genetic variations so extraordinary that they challenge every conventional standard of human beauty. On today's journey, we'll meet 13 remarkable individuals, people with almost otherworldly beauty, from striking blue eyes emerging in the heart of Africa to deep, radiant skin glowing like obsidian stone. No filters, no edits. This is a deep dive into the wildly imaginative DNA algorithms the universe has so generously bestowed. From a hypothetical perspective, each individual stands as a living testament to the power of adaptation and a one-of-a-kind identity that can never be replicated. If you feel overwhelmed by these masterpieces, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next genetic mysteries. Press 1 if you agree that difference is the crown of beauty, and press 0 if you're still not convinced. Under the sun-scorched skies of Haiti, Ralph Souhan doesn't carry an ordinary appearance. He looks like an unfinished, wildly inspired painting by nature itself. The scattered patches of pigmentation across his deep black skin are not flaws, but bold, fateful brushstrokes, singular and unapologetic. Rather than hiding from society's prying stares, he transformed that difference into his greatest weapon. Every stride he takes on elite runways like Yeezy is a declaration that beauty has never lived in dull uniformity. Ralph has proven that true glory only arrives when we dare to embrace our own blurred edges and turn them into legend. If DNA were viewed as a line of code, then Ralph's pigmentation variation could be hypothetically seen as a calculated system anomaly. Perhaps the pressure of social prejudice unintentionally triggered a powerful counterforce, accelerating an evolution within his mind. His relentless physical training is not merely about aesthetics. It may be his way of rewriting his self-worth and reconstructing his inner value system. Could biological uniqueness be the very catalyst that forces an individual to forge an iron will to survive and to shine? When difference is recognized as a privilege rather than a burden, it becomes an endless source of energy capable of breaking every limit. Uniqueness is not a barrier, but a launch pad. The moment you stop trying to dissolve into the crowd is the moment you become truly irreplaceable. When the portrait of young Jare Ijalana spread across social media, the world seemed to collectively hold its breath before a surreal beauty. Her mysterious emerald green eyes set against flawless skin created a striking contrast that challenged every conventional definition. Without any loud media campaigns, the purity of the 5-year-old Nigerian girl told its own fairy tale. Many believe she is the embodiment of perfection, a being stepped out of an epic scent to remind us of the power of raw, unaltered beauty. This sudden rise to fame is not merely a fleeting phenomenon, but a significant milestone for ethnic diversity in the arts. One hypothesis suggests that the emergence of rare recessive genes is nature's way of experimenting with its limitless aesthetic possibilities. Perhaps those eyes are not just the result of heredity, but a natural communication tool designed to draw attention to African culture. If we consider beauty a language, then Zaila is a deeply evocative poem, one that speaks to the convergence of rare biological traits. Her ability to maintain an air of quiet grace amid the noise of the modern world hints at a powerful inner strength rooted in innocence. Could it be that these unique variations themselves hold the answer to how beauty transcends the boundaries of space and time? True beauty does not reside in extravagance or digital filters, but blossoms from confidence in one's heritage and the singular traits that nature has so deliberately etched into every individual. In truth, the most stunning makeup isn't a filter, it's the aura that comes from confidence and the unique features passed down to each of us by our parents and ancestors. Do you believe that identity matters more than an illusion of perfection? Comment 1 if you agree. Comment 0 if you see it differently. Take a moment to listen and reflect. If this message resonates with you, please give it a like, share, and hit subscribe to help spread this value together. Ky's emergence began from what seemed like a dead end, a stark, heavy mugshot that carried the weight of his past. Yet it was his eyes holding two contrasting shades, one as deep as the ocean, the other as warm as the earth, that made millions of hearts pause. He didn't choose to hide his history. Instead, he used that contrast to light the path toward the world's most prestigious fashion runways. From a young man once entangled with the law, he transformed into a symbol of redemption and the powerful possibility of rebirth. Ky proved that destiny can be completely rewritten when we dare to face the world through our own differences. The idea that heterochromia is not merely a genetic anomaly, but an artistic arrangement by nature itself, invites a deeper reflection. This asymmetry can be seen as a biological signal meant to challenge rigid norms of balance in aesthetics. In a world obsessed with perfection, Ky's eyes pose a powerful question: could imperfection be the true key to visual allure? Perhaps it is that very imperfection that creates a unique magnetic pull, making an individual unmistakable among billions. Could it be that nature is sending a message that our one-of-a-kind flaws are what truly define the depth of a soul? Your past or your differences do not determine your worth. How you rise and transform that uniqueness into inspiration is what turns a life into a legend. Born under the blazing sun of South Sudan, Ky carries the pride of a lineage that has never bowed to hardship. Her skin, deep, radiant, and gleaming like ancient gemstones, was once seen by the world as a challenge to conventional beauty standards. There were moments when anonymous mockery tried to extinguish the flame of confidence within the woman known as the Queen of the Dark. Yet instead of changing herself, she chose to make the world change its perspective, to recognize the brilliance hidden within the darkest shade. Today, Every step she takes on the international runway is a powerful declaration of the right to be proud of her deep black roots. The idea that Nyakim's exceptionally high melanin density represents one of humanity's most brilliant evolutionary achievements in equatorial regions invites a new way of thinking. It can be seen as a kind of biological superpower protecting the integrity of the human genome against the sun's extreme environmental forces. Her steadfast refusal to conform to skin-lightening standards can also be understood as an act of preserving precious biological and aesthetic diversity. If every individual were to conform to a single mold, we would lose the vibrant spectrum of colors that nature has painstakingly created over millions of years. Perhaps Nyakim represents not only a people, but also a reminder of the perfect balance between survival and beauty. Your skin is not a flaw to be hidden, but a royal crown inherited from your ancestors, and when you dare to honor your own darkness, the world will see you shine in the most brilliant way. Your skin is not something to hide. It is the mark of your roots. Only when we honor every shade of who we are does true radiance awaken. Comment 1. If you agree that beauty comes from self-acceptance. Comment 0 if you see it differently. If this message feels meaningful to you, please give it a like, share, and hit subscribe so we can meet again. Ducky Thought appears like a living mirage, embodying a beauty that challenges the limits of human perception. Her flawless skin and strikingly symmetrical features have led many to compare her to a real-life Barbie doll. Born into a South Sudanese refugee family, she rose above adversity to become a muse for global fashion empires. With every appearance, the boundary between reality and computer-generated imagery seems to completely dissolve. She is not merely modeling clothing, she is projecting a commanding presence that reshapes every existing standard. One could assume her genome is a meticulous blueprint where mysterious mathematical constants converge into physical form. If the golden ratio truly exists within genetics, then the structure of her face could be seen as living evidence. This may be viewed as a genetic arrangement refined to its highest purity, where random deviations are seemingly erased. Such success likely stems from humanity's timeless longing to discover ideal archetypes once found only in myth and legend. Could it be that nature intentionally created a moment of breathtaking pause to remind us of the universe's wondrous order? Beyond the glittering runways, she carries the spirit of South Sudan into the heart of the modern industry. Her fame is not merely about individual admiration, but a revolution in ethnic diversity. By honoring her parents, her greatest teachers in resilience, she has turned modeling into a deeply human journey. She doesn't walk the runway to escape reality, but to celebrate the core values that shaped who she is. The journey from Melbourne to New York stands as proof that the strongest presence comes from being truly understood. Your real value doesn't lie in trying to blend into the crowd, but in refining your one-of-a-kind traits into a symbol that leaves the world amazed and in awe. And when you dare to live fully in that identity, you're not just seen, you're remembered as an irreplaceable mark in the flow of time. Oddities is living proof that brilliance can take root even in the harshest soil within the Kakuma refugee camp. The legs that once walked across Kenya's scorching dust now command the most glamorous runways in Paris with confidence. Carrying the breath of the wilderness and an unshakable gaze, she has fully captivated the demanding creative minds of Chanel. The moment she stepped into that iconic bridal gown was not merely a personal triumph. It became a historic milestone in the world of fashion. Adut has proven that one's origins are not barriers, but launch pads for a soul bold enough to dream big. From a hypothetical perspective, Adut's beauty is a perfect fusion of DNA hardware and the rich life experience that forms the software. The harshness of her environment may have refined a calm, composed demeanor, a kind of positive pressure shaping her presence. If genetics gifted her with precise physical proportions, it is resilience that forged an aura that can never be replicated. Could it be that adapting to adversity is the key factor that allows an individual to shine even more brightly when placed in a favorable environment? This story suggests that a person's true value is the sum of innate identity and inner strength forged through struggle. Beyond the spotlight, she is also a humanitarian ambassador, using her voice to ignite hope for children affected by conflict. Adut does not see fame as the final destination, but as a tool to reflect the realities of those most vulnerable in society. She has built an invisible bridge between a world of luxury and the harsh reality faced by millions. Her success is not measured by the number of magazine covers, but by the positive change she brings to her community. Her journey is a reminder that a purpose-driven soul will always find light even in the deepest darkness. Adversity is never the end point, it is the most powerful catalyst for refining an ordinary soul into an irreplaceable masterpiece. Every scar tells a story. Adversity doesn't arrive to end your journey. It comes as a catalyst, shaping you into your most radiant and one-of-a-kind self. Comment 1 if you value the lessons born from hardship. Comment 0 if you see it differently. If this message resonates with you, please leave a like, share, and hit subscribe so we can continue sharing more together. Slick Woods entered the fashion world not with a polite introduction, but with a raw, disruptive shock. With her shaved head and signature gap-toothed smile, she challenged every expectation of softness and convention. The streets of Los Angeles forged her unapologetic spirit, turning her into a captivating paradox. She doesn't hide her past or her tattoos. Instead, she transforms them into a language of power. Her presence is a declaration that raw, unpolished beauty can shake even the most luxurious empires. One hypothesis suggests that Slick Woods is a necessary cultural mutation, pushing the evolution of aesthetics forward. If fashion is viewed as an ecosystem, then her phenotypic diversity becomes the key to sustaining its vitality. Her inner strength functions like a selective pressure forcing society to expand its definition of perfection. What are often labeled as flaws may in fact be evolutionary traits, deeply personal markers of identity, and the highest form of freedom. This perspective hints that in the future, human value may be measured by the courage to be unapologetically different. More than just a face, Slick Woods stands as a symbol of transparency in the face of hardship. She chose to share her personal battles, turning scars into hard-earned medals of the soul. Her journey proves that the true crown belongs only to those brave enough to live their most authentic lives. By refusing to blend into rigid molds, Slick Woods has redefined what immortality means. Today, she stands as an endless source of inspiration for anyone striving to find their own voice. When you're brave enough to stop asking for permission to be yourself, what the world once called a flaw becomes your most precious crown. At that point, you no longer live to satisfy others' expectations, but to stay loyal to your inner voice. The very differences that were once questioned will open a path no one else can copy or replace. And in the end, the world won't remember you for who you resembled, but for the fact that you were never a copy of anyone. Galacia Nightingale emerged from the sun-drenched island of Barbados with eyes as deep blue as the vast ocean. This striking contrast against her dark skin once forced her into isolation and subjected her to doubtful stares. Yet instead of surrendering to that coldness, she carried her so-called out-of-place beauty straight into Europe's leading fashion capitals. In Switzerland and London, the very eyes once labeled as strange became symbols of absolute elegance and refinement. She transformed emotional wounds into a journey of rebirth, affirming her place as a beauty that can never be replicated. From an analytical perspective, Galacia can be seen as the embodiment of an artistically rare genetic mutation. Perhaps recessive genes from multiple generations quietly converged to create this astonishing visual variation. Her success supports the idea that the world is shifting away from uniformity and toward true diversity. Those eyes are not only meant to see, they serve as a biological message reminding us of the vast and limitless DNA treasure of humanity. Could it be that nature chose her to prove that the rarest traits always carry the most powerful allure? When you possess a difference so striking that the world questions, it don't waste time explaining, just shine, until doubt naturally turns into admiration. Because true light doesn't need justification. It only needs to exist to make every gaze fall silent in awe. Nikia Phoenix once spent her youth trying to escape the marks she saw as ink stains across her face. Those tiny specks of pigment in the eyes of a young girl felt like invisible chains weighing down her confidence in the world. Yet the moment she stopped looking in the mirror to hunt for flaws was when an artistic universe began to take shape. She stepped directly into global campaigns for major fashion houses, transforming difference into a powerful language of identity and branding. Nikia's journey affirms that every individual carries a unique artistic map etched directly onto their own body. From a theoretical perspective, each freckle can be seen as a contact point, encoding the way cells respond to light. One could even suggest that this pigment distribution is a spontaneous genetic experiment designed to optimize visual diversity. Viewed as a kind of biological blueprint, Nikia reminds us that nature always favors variation over monotonous uniformity. Could it be that what society once labeled as imperfect is actually a higher form of uniqueness, something truly beyond replication, beyond the frames of fashion? Nikia created the Black Girl Beautiful Project to reclaim the right to define beauty. She built a space where every shade and natural skin texture is honored like a priceless royal heritage. This initiative suggests that true freedom begins the moment we stop apologizing for the way our DNA chose to express itself. Today, she stands as a symbol of mindfulness, reminding us that every constellation on the skin has the right to shine brightly. Nikia's legacy proves that when you dare to honor your own map, the world will naturally find its way to you. Perfection doesn't come from erasing differences. It comes from the courage to turn what you once wanted to hide into the greatest source of inspiration, capable of changing how the world sees beauty itself. Don't run from what makes you who you are. Those very differences, when illuminated by courage, can become the most powerful masterpieces of inspiration. Comment 1 if you choose to honor individuality. Comment 0 if you're not fully convinced yet. Take a moment to listen and feel. A like, share, and subscribe from you means the world to me and gives me the motivation to keep going. Beginning in Toronto, when sudden white patches appeared on her skin, Winnie was forced to face a world filled with doubt and at times cruelty. Instead of hiding behind heavy makeup or surrendering to insecurity, she chose to turn her skin into a bold declaration of existence. Every patch of color on her body is no longer a sign of illness, but deliberate brushstrokes in a living, abstract masterpiece. From glamorous runways to the most prestigious magazine covers, she walks with the courage of a warrior, fiercely protecting her one-of-a-kind identity. Winnie has shown humanity that the moment you stop seeing yourself as a victim, the world begins to honor you like a queen. From a hypothetical perspective, the strikingly symmetrical loss of pigmentation in Winnie represents a genetic variable that challenges every existing algorithm of aesthetic balance. If we consider melanin as a protective system, then this spontaneous distribution creates a powerful visual contrast effect that commands attention and fascination. This condition can be analyzed as a restructuring of how the human mind perceives and processes ideas of perfection and flaw. Rather than being seen as a simple biological error, it can be understood as an expansion of artistic expression on the human body. Her presence has forced society to recalibrate its standards, shifting from monotonous uniformity toward a deeper respect for biological diversity. Winnie's influence goes far beyond expensive gowns. It radiates like a lighthouse for millions of souls who feel lost, showing them a new way to see themselves. She has used her global influence to dismantle outdated prejudices, powerfully affirming that true beauty lies in courage. Being honored on the list of the world's 100 most influential people stands as proof of a broader cultural shift into a new era. She has not only transformed her own career but also opened a door of hope for a generation bold enough to live authentically with what nature has bestowed upon them. Her legacy is a steadfast belief that true harmony is born from accepting and loving the contrasting shades within ourselves. Lola Twill burst onto digital platforms as a mysterious visual phenomenon, her skin smooth and radiant like polished onyx. At just 17, the New York-based girl captivates not only with her refined features, but also with an unusually calm and composed presence. Rather than chasing flashy, short-lived trends, she chooses to appear in her most authentic form through natural, minimalist imagery. Lola's sudden rise to fame seems to have triggered a new aesthetic earthquake, boldly challenging every traditional standard of beauty. She represents a vivid message about the power of melanin, compelling the world to pause, admire, and reflect. From an analytical perspective, we can hypothesize that Lola's appeal extends far beyond her striking biological exterior. Her fluency in 8 languages points to an exceptional development of cognitive ability intertwined with rare genetic traits. She may be seen as an early model of the future, one in which beauty is defined by the fusion of sharp intellect and a truly singular appearance. One could assume that Lola's distinct skin pigmentation has become a kind of magnet drawing public attention toward intellectual values. Is it possible that nature is deliberately creating more well-rounded individuals to fully dismantle outdated stereotypes about the relationship between beauty and intelligence? Lola goes beyond the role of a photo model. She has transformed her influence into a humanistic voice for the next generation. She uses the world's attention to encourage young people to honor their cultural heritage and to keep learning so they can take true ownership of their own lives. Her journey can be seen as a declaration of using singular beauty as a foundation to spread positive social messages. For Lola, differences in appearance are never obstacles, but a precious crown that guides her toward freedom and self-respect. Her legacy suggests that the most captivating beauty is the kind that dares to carry responsibility for the community while remaining steadfast in personal identity. The most radiant and enduring beauty does not lie solely in skin or features, but blossoms from the perfect convergence of deep intellect and an unshakable pride in one's own unique essence. Nature makes no mistakes. It uses wondrous anomalies to break the monotony of humanity. You may not possess surreal features, but from a biological perspective, you yourself are a one-of-a-kind DNA algorithm with no second copy in existence. If these stories have changed the way you see beauty, hit like and subscribe to support us. Don't forget to comment 1 if you agree that difference is the crown of every individual, or 0 if you're still not convinced. See you again on the next extraordinary journey. What do you think a normal family is? Get ready, because the families you're about to see are anything but normal. From the world's largest dwarf family, a family that walks on 4 legs like bears, a family living with tigers, a mother who gave birth to 9 children at once, a father and son holding the Guinness World Record for the widest tongue, to a family without fingerprints. It's all real. This is Differences Make Wonders, top most unique families on the planet. Are you ready? Like, if you're curious, comment which family you want to know more about. Subscribe and turn on notifications to discover more bizarre things. Let's watch. Shawn Stevenson is a motivational speaker, therapist, and author with Osteogenesis Imperfecta, OI. He is only about 2.8 feet tall and has suffered over 200 fractures since his youth. Despite facing numerous physical limitations, Shawn has built an international career, worked with famous figures, and earned a PhD in clinical hypnotherapy, inspiring many people. Mindy Nanis is a successful businesswoman and coach with a diverse educational background in philosophy, theology, and leadership. She and Shawn met in 2009 through a mutual friend and quickly developed a relationship. They became engaged in 2011 and married in 2012 in Chicago, building both their family life and business careers together, becoming a couple deeply connected both in love and work. Despite facing much skepticism from the public, Shawn and Mindy have remained steadfast in their relationship. They have confronted negative comments and prejudice regarding their physical differences. However, Mindy has openly refuted these false rumors and affirmed that their love is genuine. Their story has become proof that love is not limited by appearance or disability. Gail Applegren, a woman from Edmonton, Canada, lives with neurofibromatosis, a rare genetic disorder diagnosed when she was 12 years old. The condition causes tumors to grow along her nerves, spreading throughout her body and resulting in chronic pain. Over time, the disease has significantly affected her health and appearance, making Gail's life full of challenges and complexities. Throughout her life, Gail has undergone more than 40 surgeries to remove tumors and treat complications, including skin cancer. However, the biggest challenges have not only come from the disease itself, but also from societal stigma. She is often stared at, avoided in public, and even treated as if she has a contagious illness, causing deep emotional trauma. Gail's life changed when she met Tim Golia in 2010, a man who also has the same condition but in a milder form. Their mutual understanding quickly blossomed into a deep love. They realized that the connection between two souls matters far more than physical appearance. Today, they live as husband and wife, proving that true love rises above any physical differences or outward form. In contrast to the world's shortest couple is the love story of Jolison Fernandes da Silva, known as the Gentle Giant of Brazil. Standing at an astonishing 7 feet 8 inches, 2.37 meters, he is one of the tallest men in Brazil. Born with gigantism, he endured bullying and social isolation until the age of 21, when surgery to remove a benign pituitary tumor helped slow his excessive growth and restored a new sense of confidence. That self-confidence brought him into the public eye and helped him meet Ivem Medeiros, a diminutive 21-year-old fan who was only 5 feet tall, almost 3 feet shorter than Jolison. Their first meeting instantly sparked love at first sight, and within a year they were married, despite public curiosity about the height difference. Although Jolison's mother was initially a bit jealous of her daughter-in-law, she eventually accepted Ivem's place in the family. The couple has shown the world that love doesn't care about size. It's about connection, warmth, and gracefully overcoming all expectations with humor and charm. In 2021, Halima Cissé from Mali caused a global sensation when she gave birth to 9 babies at once, 5 girls and 4 boys. This is the only recorded case of a 9-to-9 birth where all the babies survived. Initially, doctors predicted she would be pregnant with 7, but the actual number far exceeded all expectations. This birth quickly became an incredible milestone in the history of modern medicine. Due to the very high risk of her pregnancy, Halima was transferred to Morocco for a cesarean section under the supervision of a specialized medical team. The surgery was meticulously prepared to ensure the safety of both mother and babies. The fact that all 9 children were born healthy is clear evidence of the remarkable progress of modern medicine in handling extremely complex births. After the birth, the family faced the immense challenge of caring for 9 newborns simultaneously. Each day was a journey requiring constant medical support and a strict care schedule. Are you inspired by their resilience and spirit? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to spread hope. Deja and Antoine are a popular social media couple who both live with osteogenesis imperfecta, also known as brittle bone disease. This condition makes their bones very brittle and prone to fractures. Throughout their lives, they have experienced over 600 painful fractures. Despite this, they maintain an optimistic and close bond, seeing each other as their greatest source of motivation to overcome their physical challenges. Deja and Antoine share a special bond based on deep understanding, as they both live with OI. They support and care for each other through difficult times. Sharing their lives on TikTok and YouTube, they face much stigma and prejudice, but they persevere in telling their story. Instead of being negatively affected, they use humor to spread positive energy, inspire, and change perceptions of people with disabilities. Love helps them overcome all limitations. The Sarkar family in Bangladesh suffers from a rare condition called dermatoglyphia, which has resulted in multiple generations lacking fingerprints due to a mutation in the SMARCAD1 gene. This condition causes the skin on the hands to be completely smooth, making identity verification difficult, particularly with biometric systems and administrative procedures. Despite the inconvenience, their case has attracted scientific attention, contributing to research into human genetics and fingerprint formation. The striking contrast in appearance between Grand P and Eudoxie Yao makes them the center of attention whenever they appear together. On one side is a small stature due to a rare medical condition, and on the other is a bold figure with eye-catching curves, together creating an image that is hard to ignore. But what truly makes their story resonate is not just their physical differences, but the confidence with which they stand side by side, regardless of public stares or judgment. Behind the viral photos lies a powerful message about self-acceptance and respect. Both show that beauty is not a fixed standard, but something each person defines for themselves. When individuals have the strength to embrace who they are, they can build relationships based on sincerity rather than society's imposed expectations. This is an important lesson, especially in a time when appearance is often placed above all else. Looking at the bigger picture, their story offers an inspiring perspective on resilience and self-confidence. Instead of letting their differences become barriers, they turn them into defining traits that make them stand out. It serves as a reminder that everyone has the right to live life on their own terms, as long as it does not harm themselves or others. Sometimes the very things that make us different are what create our most unique value and irreplaceable appeal. Ariana and Victor, an American couple both diagnosed with EB, met on Facebook due to their similar circumstances. They developed a long-distance relationship because of COVID-19, but remained close. Reuniting at their graduation ceremony, they shared their lives, spread awareness about the disease, and developed a deep, understanding love. The Ulas family, living in a rural area of southern Turkey, has attracted global attention due to a rare phenomenon. Among their 19 children, 5 siblings move using both hands and feet in a bear crawl style. This mode of locomotion has surprised many and quickly become a subject of scientific research, as it differs significantly from the normal bipedal locomotion of humans. Initially, this phenomenon was speculated to be related to evolution, but scientific studies have provided a clearer explanation. These children suffer from congenital neurological disorders, such as cerebellar ataxia and cerebellar hypoplasia. Because the brain does not fully develop in the areas controlling balance and coordination, bipedal locomotion becomes difficult, causing their bodies to adapt by moving on all fours. The story of the Ulas family is not a mystery, but a testament to the incredible adaptability of the human body. Their case helps scientists gain a deeper understanding of the connection between the brain, genetics, and movement. Are you inspired by this family's resilience? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to spread their message of hope. Shamikia Morris, a fashion designer from Florida, attracted attention when she shared photos of her young son, Traylon Armani, with his body covered in tattoos. She began using temporary tattoos on her son when he was about 6 months old, considering it a way to mark milestones in his life. These images quickly went viral on social media and generated mixed reactions from the online community. Shamikia's actions have drawn strong criticism, with some arguing that it's inappropriate for young children. They worry about the impact on the child's image and development. However, Shamikia insists it's simply a lifestyle choice and a way to show affection to her child. She says she's not affected by the negative comments from the online community. Importantly, the tattoos on Traylon's body are all temporary, created using sticker art rather than real tattoos. His social media accounts attract a large following thanks to the unique images. For Shamikia, this is a way to express creativity and strengthen family bonds. She believes that motherhood is about being a companion, understanding, and supporting her child, rather than letting society define her life. Wade McCrae Washington and BJ Glaze are a couple from Houston, Texas, who both live with severe cerebral palsy and scoliosis. These conditions make their daily lives significantly challenging in terms of mobility and physical ability. However, instead of being limited by their disabilities, they find strength in each other and have built a strong relationship based on understanding and long-term support. The pair met over 20 years ago in college and quickly became an important part of each other's lives. Despite initial doubts about their ability to achieve their dreams, they persevered in their pursuit of adaptive bodybuilding. With the guidance of their coaches, Wade achieved impressive success, becoming a world champion and proving that physical limitations cannot stop the human will. Today, Wade and BJ are involved in the Normal to be Fit movement, which encourages people of all abilities to pursue health and self-confidence. They work with trainers to spread the positive message of adaptive fitness. Their story is proof that true strength comes not only from the body, but also from the spirit, willpower, and unwavering belief in oneself. The Da Silva family, living near Brasilia, Brazil, is famous for having multiple members across generations suffering from polydactyly, a condition characterized by having an extra finger and toe on each hand. This trait is strongly inherited within the family, with a very high probability of passing it on to the next generation. Even if a parent does not have the condition, their children can still inherit it at a significant rate. What's remarkable is that their extra fingers not only exist, but also function normally, effectively assisting them in daily life. Some members take advantage of this when playing sports or musical instruments, such as goalkeepers or piano players. Instead of viewing it as a disability, the Da Silva family sees it as a unique advantage, helping them stand out and be different in the community. This family is also affectionately known as Family Number 6, expressing pride in their unique genetic trait. Some chose to keep the extra finger, while others removed it for personal reasons. Is this a step in evolution? Share your thoughts below and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories. The significant difference in physical size is also evident in the dynamic between Amazon Amanda and Sergio Miranda. Amazon Amanda, whose real name is Amanda Soul, stands around 6 feet 3 inches tall and has a very striking physique. She was formerly a model before moving into performance work, focused on strength-based and size comparison entertainment. Her work mainly involves staged activities such as size comparisons, lifting, carrying, and playful wrestling-style performances, all carried out in a safe and entertainment-focused context without any sensitive elements. Sergio Miranda, a small-statured man from New Jersey, is one of her most devoted fans. He expresses sincere admiration for Amazon Amanda, believing that women with such a strong presence carry a unique kind of appeal that differs from conventional modeling standards. Their connection is mainly based on mutual respect and performance-based interactions, where differences in physical stature create a distinctive experience in both entertainment and perception. This contrast has helped shape a unique form of connection, bringing a sense of confidence and engagement to both individuals within a safe and consensual setting. Benny Harlem, a model and artist from New York, and his daughter Jackson became a social media sensation thanks to their striking Afro hairstyles. Images of the father and daughter went viral in 2016, attracting global attention. Beyond their impressive looks, they also conveyed a message of celebrating natural beauty and pride in their cultural heritage through their unique style. Brooklyn Coury has proven that true beauty is not defined by a perfect, standardized appearance, but by confidence, courage, and self-love. She did not allow physical differences to hold her back and soon returned to her greatest passion, skateboarding. Her confident and skillful presence on the skateboard not only reflects her physical recovery, but also stands as a powerful statement of an unbreakable spirit and determination. Having grown up without a father, Benny Harlem considers fatherhood his life's most important mission. He has become a positive role model, always supporting and nurturing his daughter emotionally and spiritually. For Jackson, her father is not only family, but also a mentor. Their story demonstrates that true beauty comes from love, connection, and pride in one's individual identity. The size difference couldn't stop Anton Kraft and Denise Messino from getting together. Anton, known as one of the shortest but strongest people in the world, is only 4 feet 4 inches tall, but can lift weights 4 times his body weight, holding numerous world records in weightlifting. Despite his small stature, Anton's confidence was as immense as his strength. And that's what attracted Denise Messino, a renowned bodybuilder celebrated for her muscular physique and professional bodybuilding career. Their relationship garnered attention not only for its physical contrast — Anton is short but incredibly strong, while Denise is tall and a bodybuilding icon — but also because it shattered all stereotypes about love, attraction, and body image. Anton often proudly declares that he is attracted to strong women, while Denise cherishes the uniqueness of their bond. Together they show that love is not constrained by size, shape, or societal expectations, but rather by mutual admiration, respect, and finding beauty where others might not see it. Finally, it is impossible not to mention the relationship between Pixie Fox and Justin Jedlicka. Pixie Fox is a Swedish media personality who has undergone multiple cosmetic procedures to transform her appearance according to her personal vision, aiming to present her body as a living work of art. She views her appearance as a form of creative expression, like a character inspired by animation brought into real life, reflecting her freedom to shape her identity based on her own artistic ideas. Meanwhile, Justin Jedlicka, often referred to as the real-life Ken doll, has undergone numerous cosmetic procedures in his journey to achieve the appearance he envisioned, aiming to shape his look in a highly stylized, art-inspired way. He and Pixie Fox met while appearing on a television program and quickly connected due to their shared perspective on aesthetics and the idea of altering appearance as a form of personal expression. Their relationship is not a traditional romantic one, but rather based on a shared mindset about aesthetics and body transformation as a form of personal expression. This lifestyle has significantly influenced their personal lives, as both individuals dedicate much of their time and focus to shaping their own physical appearance journeys. Nevertheless, Justin Jedlicka and Pixie Fox continue to support each other, sharing experiences and accompanying one another through their personal transformation goals. They have even planned procedures around similar timelines so they could be present and supportive during each other's recovery processes. Byron and Emily Schlenker, a father and daughter from Syracuse, New York, became famous for a rare physical characteristic, an extremely wide tongue. In 2014, Byron accidentally discovered his tongue was over 8.3 centimeters wide while reading the Guinness Book of Records. This discovery quickly earned him the title of the man with the widest tongue in the world, opening up a fascinating story about genetic differences within his family. This courageous choice has allowed him not only to take ownership of his own story, but also to break down the invisible barriers that often isolate people with visible differences. Through a simple yet powerful approach, Reggie has helped spark a deeper shift in public awareness, showing that differences are not something to hide, but something to understand and respect. Instead of being embarrassed, the Schlenker family embraced their differences with a positive and humorous attitude. Byron was often recognized in real life, and Emily gradually became more confident with her newfound fame. Were you inspired by their journey of love and resilience? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to spread this meaningful message. Ongdam Sorot, a tattoo artist in Thailand, has garnered attention for allegedly living with multiple wives under the same roof. He is known for his traditional yantra tattoo style and his unusual family life. Images and stories about this family have spread widely on social media, sparking curiosity about how they maintain their shared life and relationships within such an unconventional family structure. In interviews, Ongdam Sorot shared that he met his wives in various circumstances, including weddings, hospitals, markets, and even social media. Despite living in a polygamous system, they affirm that the family is always harmonious, sharing responsibilities and supporting each other. All members contribute to the family's finances and daily life, creating a system based on cooperation and mutual respect. However, this family model is not legally recognized in Thailand, where polygamy is prohibited under civil law. This makes their story highly controversial, garnering both admiration and skepticism. Ongdam Sorot's case raises many questions about the definition of family, fairness, and the ability to maintain harmony in such complex relationships in modern society. The Johnston family, who live in Georgia, USA, are known from the TLC television program 7 Little Johnstons. They are a large family where both parents and 5 children live with dwarfism. Despite their differences in appearance, they have built a normal family life, overcoming daily challenges together and sharing their experiences in raising their children under public scrutiny. The Johnston family members all suffer from achondroplasia, a genetic disorder affecting bone development, particularly in the arms and legs. It is the most common form of dwarfism in the world. However, instead of being seen solely for their medical condition, they are also known as a close-knit family, always supporting each other in their studies, work, and important decisions, despite the pressures of appearing on reality television. The Johnston family's story is not just about physical challenges, but also a testament to the power of unity and resilience. They faced the same challenges as many other families, such as raising children, education, work, and everyday conflicts. Yet they always persevered together and moved forward. Their journey inspires us that differences do not diminish the value of a family, but can highlight its inner strength. The Borges family in Brazil has garnered global attention for choosing an unusual lifestyle, living with tigers in their own home. Under the leadership of Ari Borges, It all began with rescuing 2 tigers from a circus. Over time, this act evolved into a unique living environment where multiple tigers are raised as part of the family. In their living space, the tigers are free to move around and interact directly with family members. The family feeds them, plays with them, and even lets children grow up alongside these powerful animals. However, this lifestyle is also controversial, as experts warn that tigers are still wild animals with uncontrollable instincts and pose a high potential for danger. Despite facing numerous concerns, the Borges family persevered in their choice and forged a special bond with the tigers. Their story reflects a blend of compassion, adventure, and personal belief. At the same time, it raises questions about the boundaries between humans and nature, and the limitations of coexisting with wild animals. Shane Burkaw and Hannah Aylward are an inspiring couple known for their love story that transcends illness and societal prejudices. Shane has spinal muscular atrophy, SMA, which has left him permanently wheelchair-bound due to progressive muscle weakness. Despite this, their love is not limited by physical constraints. It is built on deep understanding, companionship, and sharing everyday life together. Hannah and Shane first connected after she watched a documentary about him and reached out via email. What began as a long-distance relationship gradually turned into Hannah moving closer to Shane to support and be by his side every day. The couple later created their YouTube channel, Squirmy and Grubs, to share their interabled relationship, helping audiences better understand real-life love and the daily experiences of people with disabilities. Through their channel, they share both the joys and challenges of their relationship, along with the common misconceptions about disability in society. Their goal is to change the way people view love and disability, proving that relationships like theirs can be fully fulfilling. While they receive a lot of support, they also face plenty of skepticism, yet they remain committed to spreading a positive message and continue to inspire others. Wow! There are so many amazing families in the world, aren't there? Hopefully, through today's video, you've seen that differences are what make each family beautiful and strong. Which family impressed you the most? Comment below. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, share with your friends, and subscribe, plus turn on the notification bell to support my channel and help me create more interesting videos. Thank you for being with me until this moment. See you in the next video.